Hello everyone, welcome back to Ongsuman Sina Mathematics channel. So in this video we are going to discuss some solution related to class 12 mathematics. So let's come to the question. If a matrix has 18 elements, what are the possible order it can have? So we have to solve this question first. So here we know that the matrix has of order of element 18. Okay, so we know that. What will be the answer? Now we know for a matrix of order m cross n, it has how many element? Mn element. Thus, to find all the possible order of a matrix, having 18 element, we have to find all the possible order pair. Okay, all the possible order of a order pair of natural numbers whose product is 18. Okay, so the order pair should be one comma 18, next 18 comma 1, 2 comma 9, next 9 comma 2, 3 comma 6, next 6 comma 3. Okay, hence the possible order of the matrix having 18 element will be 1 cross 18, 18 cross 1, 2 cross 9, 9 cross 2, okay, 3 cross 6 and 6 cross 3. So these are the possible orders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orders should be maintained here. Okay, let's move to another question. Next, in this question, it is told us that show that the function fx is equal to this and this is discontinuous at x equal to 0. We have to show that. So, for that, we know that for continuity for a function fx at a point a, limit x tends to a minus, that is left hand limit fx, that should be limit x tends to a plus fx, that should be equal to limit x tends to a fx. If this happen, then we can say that the function fx is continuous at the point a. Understood? Now, here we have to check the continuity of this function at the point x equal to 0. So, let us take the left hand limit, limit x tends to 0 minus fx, that is equal to this function we can take. So, limit x tends to 0 minus 3x minus 2, that is equals to 3 into 0 minus 2, that is minus 2. Right hand limit, limit x tends to 0 plus fx, that is equals to limit x tends to 0 plus x plus 1, that is equals to 0 plus 1, that is equal to plus 1. Okay. So, here we can observe that here clearly limit x tends to 0 minus fx is equal to x tends to 0 plus fx. So, left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. Okay. So, we can say that the function is not continuous, the function is not continuous at x equals to 0. Now, next question. So, we have to show that fx is equal to this. This means box x, that is the greatest integer not exceeding x. Suppose we have 2.1, box 2.1. So, that means only 2 we should take. Box 2.1 means 2. Suppose we have 2.9, this 2.9 is not an integer. So, that is equal to 2. So, here we have fn, this is fn. So, here fn is equal to, it is given that fn is equal to box n. Okay, box n. So, box n we have to, that means box n can be written as n. Now, limit x tends to n plus fx, that is equals to limit x tends to 0 f of n plus h, that is equals to limit h tends to 0 box of n plus h, that is equals to n. Why? Because box of n plus h equals to n. Okay. Next, limit x tends to n minus fx, that's equals to limit h tends to 0. This would be x tends, not x tends to 0, limit h tends to 0 f of n plus n minus h, sorry, f of n minus h, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 box of n minus h, that's equals to n minus 1. Why? Because box of n minus h, that's equals to obviously n minus 1. Okay, box of n minus h, box of n plus h, that was n, but box of n minus h, that's equal to n minus 1. Why? Because h, if we take h as an integer, then n minus h, so greatest integer not exceeding n minus h, that's equal to what? Obviously n minus 1. So here limit x tends to n plus fx not equals to limit x tends to n minus fx. Okay. So left hand limit not equal to right hand limit. So therefore limit x tends to n fx not exist. Okay, so we can say that definitely we can say that at x equal to n, the function fx is equal to mod x is not continuous. Hello everyone. Next, in the next question we have to show that prove that fx is equal to mod x is a continuous function. Okay, so what is the value of fx is equal to mod x? If we break it up, this function fx is equal to mod x, that should be x whenever x greater than 0 and minus x whenever x less than 0. Okay, obviously x greater or equal to 0. Now clearly if we see the domain, that is domain of R, domain of f, obviously that should be what? R, all the real number. Understood? Now let a be any real number. Okay, we are taking a be any real number, then the case should be arises. First is case 1, when a less than 0. In this case f of a, obviously f of a is equal to minus a. Now limit x tends to a plus fx, that is equals to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h, that is equals to limit h tends to 0 minus of a plus h, that is equals to minus a. Again limit x tends to a minus f of x, that is equals to limit h tends to 0 f of a minus h, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 minus of a minus h, that's equals to minus a. So limit x tends to a plus fx, that's not equals to, that's equals to limit x tends to a minus fx. So it is continuous. So we can say that fx is continuous at each a less than 0. Next move to second case, when a greater than 0, that is case 2. Case 2, when a greater than 0. In this case, f of a is equal to what? A. So limit x tends to a plus fx, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 a plus h, that's equals to a. Okay. Limit x tends to a minus fx, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 f of a minus h, that means limit h tends to 0 only a minus h, that's equals to a. Obviously a plus h and a minus h both greater than 0. So fx is continuous at each a greater than 0. Next, case 3 or third case, when a equals to 0. So here obviously f of 0, is equal to what? 0. So limit x tends to 0 plus fx, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, that means limit h tends to 0 f of h, that means only h, that means 0. Limit x tends to 0 minus fx, that's equals to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h, that means limit h tends to 0 f of minus h, f of minus h, okay, f of minus h, f of minus h should be, that means limit h tends to 0. Now f of minus h means minus of minus h, understood? That is we are taking the value of mod x, so minus of minus h when h less than 0, understood? So here we are getting limit h tends to 0 h, that's equal to 0, that's equal to 0. So we are getting that fx is continuous at x equals to 0. Thus from the above three cases, case 1, case 2 and case 3, we can say that fx is equal to mod x is continuous at a for all a belongs to R. So fx is equal to mod x is a continuous function. Okay, hope you will understood. Thank you.